Greetings, Diocese of Olympia and everyone watching. Before I was ordained, long before, my wife and I were youth ministers in our Episcopal church. We did that for a lot of years, well over 10, and in a few different churches too, and they were great years. Some of what I learned in that I used in my later career as a hospital administrator and then as a priest and now as a bishop. In fact, some of that time I still consider the richest teaching and preparation for my later roles as just about anything. One of the principles I learned from a long-time youth minister that mentored us then was the idea that life is richest when we live it in what he called the pendulum theory of ministry. He had us envision a pendulum swinging back and forth, and his point was this: when working with youth, the more you swing into fun and joy, the more you can then swing into the serious and the weighty. He said a good Sunday of laughs and fun and what seems like totally useless time, devoid of any teaching or learning, could be one of the best preparations you could have for the swing into something much deeper. Places they may never get to go in any other setting could be the gift of this practice. He said simply, if you can genuinely laugh with them, authentically play with them, they will trust you to take them to the most serious of discussions. I think most of you watching and listening know this to be an ultimate truth. And as I have joined and experienced our JYC and HYC and 6-day gatherings in this diocese, this is exactly what I've witnessed. We have some of the most mature youth I've ever known, thanks to good leadership that knows this principle well. As I said, that was a principle that got me farther in that ministry and in my work in the secular world and the church ever since, because in the end, we are all children of God. And this all brings me to the season of Lent, which we enter now. Lent is often seen as a dour time where we are really supposed to wear sad faces and deprive ourselves for the sake of deprivation. Like a lot of things, I think we get that wrong. Lent was never meant for that, or at least not solely for that purpose, to be hard on ourselves. I would say instead it was meant to be a time to be honest with ourselves. Perhaps for a shift in perspective, a change in outlook, a turn to another path for a time. Yes, we do practice it as a penitential season, but I would suggest that penitence can and should take many different forms. I shared with you last year that I used to always ask my congregation during Lent to plan their funerals, to get their affairs in order. What I was really saying is to get in touch with your death. That's a universal reality for every one of us as humans. Death will come. One part of penitence is taking a serious and long look at death, more than perhaps you might at any other time. The more we can engage our own death, the more we can enjoy and fully engage this life. So I would encourage you to do the same. And if you choose to do that this year, this office has many resources to help you. Just call or email us or download it from the diocesan website or from my blog. This may be the ultimate test of the pendulum theory, life and death. I'm convinced if you get closer to the reality of your death, your life will be more rich, more full, more imaginative, more real. Lent, in a way, is exactly the same for us, the church. I think the principle holds for all ages, for every human. The more you can take the honest look at your life, the more promise you can see for the future. The more you can swing into loss and grief, the more you can swing into life and abundance. So try that this Lent. Pick something that will help you do that. It might be planning your funeral, but it might be reading or trying something you've never tried before. Don't just concentrate on giving up, but perhaps practice the pendulum theory. Do more of something that challenges you a bit so you can understand and know the joy of life even more. Whatever you do, be gentle with yourself. If you fail in what you're trying, let it go. Get up the next day, try again. Read the scriptures, pray, meditate. Just be. Make Lent a true preparation for hearing the story of Jesus in his last days, the story of the sacrifice he was willing to make for the good of the world. In his very life and the story of it is the pendulum theory, the ultimate sacrifice, so that we might know the ultimate joy and gift of resurrection and life eternal in God. I pray for each of you such a Lent, where you might go to the more challenging places in your life and then swing to the joyful reality of life, this faithful life, knowing it then in a whole new and better way. If that happens, and when that happens, Easter will be real. So take the time, honor this journey. Don't just endure it, but instead welcome it, engage it, live it. May you have a most blessed Lenten journey, and may the swings be great and rich.